Hey, data scientists, data engineers, what you are about to watch is me do some refactoring of a repo that was started by Sid in the Data Products Discord channel. It's a small little community. What we're going to be doing is building out data products. We're going to go through tutorials, build out different ideas. This is the first project there. It's called Reddit Sentiment. Sid came up with it. He has this repo where he's been working. What I'm going to do, because I'm not a collaborator and I want to make this tutorial more accessible for folks, is just refactor some of this code and get it ready to put into an AWS Lambda. We won't be doing that in this video. We're going to have to do that in the next video because I spent a lot of time refactoring this code just to get it ready for AWS. If you want to check out this new project, growthtesttube.com, for building out projects, working with data scientists, data engineers. If you're a software developer, if you want to become one, join us. You could join us on the Discord. There's more information at growthtesttube.com. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let's dive into the code. All right, guys, the first thing that I'm going to do is git clone this repo. I have my shell here. So if I go into the place where I keep my repos, I'm already there. I already did it. I did git clone, and then you just copy the path. And then what you can do is get into their Reddit sentiment plot. You can see it has all this stuff. I created a branch. So just check out branch AWS, I called it. So now what I'm going to do is make a Python 3 environment. Python 3 comes with VMVev, virtual environment, right out of the box. So that's what I'm going to use here. So Python 3 make environment. I'll just call it, environment. That's the standard thing. So why am I not? Okay, I have to source my environment to get in there. Source environment bin. I'm using fish. Okay, so now when I hit Python, I'm on 363. Beautiful. Okay, so I need to figure out the main way into this. There are these CSVs that are being created. Let's put this up and see. Take a look at the code. All right, so there's plotting. There's pulling Reddit data. There's the sentiment analysis itself. Okay, I'm on my own branch. Then there are these CSVs. There's a PNG. All right, so it seems like what I'm going to do is get rid of these CSVs for now. And I'm going to get rid of this PNG. I'm just going to keep what I need on this branch. Okay, so there's pull Reddit data.py. Okay, so Python read credentials.csv. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is make some changes here. I'm going to make main.py. Okay, so entryway into for the Lambda. Okay, and then every Lambda needs what's called Lambda Handler. It's going to take two things. I'm going to put my doc strings, I'm going to put pass, I'm going to put if name equals main. Lambda handler, none. Okay, so that's main. And then I'm going to make another file called data, grab Reddit data. And this is where we're going to put our Reddit data. So, and then later we could do plotting, but let's not do that now. So there's pulling the Reddit data. So use pra and pandas. So pip 3 install pra. Let's try that. Then pandas. I'm not sure we need pandas. I'm not going to install pandas yet. I'm going to try to keep this as lightweight as possible because if our project gets too big, then we have to put it into an S3 bucket instead of just putting it into a zip file and getting it into Lambda. So Reddit, initialize Reddit app. You get your client secret, user agent, and then you do the Reddit thing, and then you get post, get comments. Okay. So let's copy all of this and put this in data. And then I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay, so there's all this display stuff. I'm going to try to do this without pandas. So I'm going to make another folder called config.py. This is where I put my configuration variables. You might not want to do this. I'm going to do this for now. Instead, the configuration variables should be globals. I'm going to leave that. So I'm just going to say from config import star, and then client ID is client, or I'll just do this, import config client ID config dot client ID. Okay, client secret, same thing, config dot client secret, and we'll have to get these later. I think I have some laying around somewhere that I'll just use. You might have to go to Reddit and get it. Okay, so that's fine. Let's just put that there. Okay, initialize. So get post, get comments. Okay. So to have credentials, I don't think I'm gonna need that. Reddit credentials, get comments. Let's just clean this up a little bit. I don't want the comments to go to CSV. Okay, so what is going on here? We get posts, and then we get, it just returns a post ID. And then we got comments from the post ID. Okay, and so we're returning all of those. So we take an initialized Reddit object. Let's leave this for now and then try to understand where this goes to. I think this goes into CSV that does the sentiment analysis, which reads data, sentiment intensity analyzer from Vader. Okay. So it seems like we're gonna have to install Vader. Okay, so pip3 install Vader. All right, so we read the data from CSV, return a data frame. For the Lambda, we might not need pandas. No, not sure if we're going to get around not needing pandas. So reads the data from a CSV and then prints the score, sentiment are all top day. Negative, neutral, positive, compound. Okay, and then the plot reads the sentiment scores and then does this. So it seems like we can just go from comments to plot directly. So why don't we make a pipeline that goes to a subreddit and makes this plot and makes like saves the plot locally, or just we could save the plot to an S3 bucket for now. Let's see if we could do that, and then we can update this later. So let's actually install pandas. I was hoping not to do it because it's heavy, and if it's light enough, then what you could do is just zip it up and store it in Lambda. But I think what we're going to have to do is store it on an S3 bucket, and Lambda will call that, which is fine. All right, so let's go back to main. So what we're going to have to do is from data import. We're going to have to import. Let's move this initialize Reddit app. Maybe I should move that into config. Let's see. Maybe I'll have a main for each one of these. So def get data. Let's just call it get data, and it's going to take a subreddit, I think, because I want to control which subreddit. So from data import get data. Okay, so we're going to get the data, and then we are going to do the sentiment analysis. I'm going to rename this to lowercase. Okay, so from sentiment analysis, import sentiment analyzer score. Okay, let's call it score data, and that's going to take a data frame. Okay, so in main, import score data. Okay, and then from let's call it plot sentiment, is what it's called. Import make plot. That's fine. Okay, so the process here is data frame from get data, scores from score data, which takes that data frame, and we're going to have a subreddit. I'm going to pass a subreddit into here, into Lambda Handler. Actually, Lambda Handler takes two things. I know that. Let's have Lambda Handler call main. Let's hold off on that for now. So subreddit, I'm just gonna have it be funny for now. Okay, scores, score data, and then plot equals make plot with the scores. Okay, and then we're gonna return the plot. That's what this is gonna do. Okay, so this is our function, and let's see if we can, how far we can get in making this function work. All right, so first things first, we have to create a data frame from get data. So what this does, it initializes Reddit, and then I don't understand, do we have the comments? We have a data frame of comments. Okay, so essentially we want this to return. Okay, so get data is going to get the posts, hot posts. Okay, post ID. Okay, so posts is a list, but eventually it's being treated as a dictionary. So we need to understand what we're actually returning here. For posts and hot posts, post at a pen, okay. Post, okay, so post becomes a data frame. And then all we're returning from the data frame is the ID. So it's hard to see why we care to make it, why do we care to make it, it's a list of lists. Why do we want to make it a data frame? I don't think we do at this time. We might want to later on. There might be a reason for it. I don't know. But essentially all we care about is the post ID. So what we're going to do is just append the post ID and then return posts. That's all this function is going to do. And it looks like it gets 50 posts from the top in the day. Okay. I realize the subreddit funny might have a lot of posts, but we'll see. Okay, so that's how we're going to clean up that, and then get comments. So we get posts ID or post IDs. Let's call it from get posts subreddit. Okay, and then we're going to get a data frame from get comments, which is going to take the Reddit instance. Okay, so the Reddit instance is going to be initialize Reddit app, and then subreddit, the Reddit post ID, post IDs. Okay. Post IDs. Okay. Or what did this take before? Let's just do that. Post ID. Okay, that's fine. So it initializes a data frame for ID in post ID. Okay. Just do underscore there. So we get all of the comments. Okay, let's leave this print in here for now. Okay, and then we get a data frame. Okay, so let's just see if we could do this part, get data. So if name equals main df is get data. Let's get it from funny, and then let's print the data frame. Let's just do it. Okay, so let's see if this works. First, I need to figure out my config. So in my config, and I'm not going to show this, so you need to get your own client ID, secret, and user agent. So figure that out. You can get it from Reddit. Okay. to put these in here. You put your own in, and then I'll meet you on the other side. What I do is I work in spaces. Some of this sort is in tabs. So I'm just going to go indent using spaces, indentation, convert indentation to spaces. Okay, let's try that again. So from data, import get data. Should work. Okay, so let's see if we could create this data frame. No. String object has no attributes. Subreddit. Okay, so get posts subreddit. So get data. Okay, we're going to initialize the app, which we do right there. Okay. And then, okay, so get posts. Actually, what we need to pass is the Reddit instance. And then Reddit.subreddit. Oh, all. Okay, so I'm going to pass subreddit here, and I can replace, this is just using all. Okay, subreddit. Okay, great. So let's see if that works now. I think I have to quit out of IPython. IPython is taking way too long to load for me. It's kind of frustrating. I might stop using IPython in virtual environments. It's just too slow. Import get data. Okay. Let's try this again. 401 HTTP. I think that's unauthorized. Okay, guys, I just spent a lot of time trying to figure out why my Reddit instance wasn't authenticating, and it was because my client ID and client secret were mixed up. That was very, very annoying. Okay, so let's see if this works now. Okay, I'm just going to run it from the command line. Okay, name post ID is not. Okay, so let's just post IDs. Okay, there it is. I don't need to print this. Okay. Just testing it piece by piece. So we should be able to get a data frame. No. Okay, so I removed pandas in here, so import pandas as PD. Okay. Python data.py. Okay, so now it should work. So get data returns a data frame. Okay, it didn't actually return. Okay, so let's see this. Return a data frame of comments for subreddit. Okay, that's gonna work. I think it will work. I didn't change the scores, sentiment analysis, score data. Okay, so read data. We're not going to need read data. We will need to instantiate this analyzer. Let's do that in here. More comment, no attribute body. Okay, do this. Let's see if that works. All right, so let's see. We have the analyzer, pass it a data frame. Score data. Okay, so score data takes df sentiments to CSV. So this is just going to return df sentiment. Data frame equals more comments is no attribute body. 42 and get comments. Get comments 42. Okay, let's try this div. Let's just do try accept attributor pass. Just trying to do this quick now. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out that really dumb thing I did. Let's do this data frame as sentiment analyzer score data frame turn data frame. Okay, so that's score data. That should work. No, there's no reason why it shouldn't. I've never used this Vader library, so I'm interested to see how that works. Main, so data frame gets the data. Scores are going to score the data, plot, make plot, and we return the plot. Running mean. So this reads data, so I don't need to read the data. I just need to make the plot. Matplotlib pyplot. Why do I need pyplot? I guess I will. Alright, so the requirements are pretty big here. This is taking a little while to get this data frame out. I should do it on not so many posts. I'm going to limit it to 10. Maybe I should use one of the smaller subreddits, maybe data engineering. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to try it from main. So main, Lambda Handler. I'm going to do data engineering. So let's see, Python main.py. Let's put here data frame, put some print statements. No module named Vader sentiment. Okay. Scoring the data and making the plot. Okay, and then I guess I need to pip3 Vader sentiment. Okay, and then we're gonna get this on Lambda. Okay, so let's try this again. So now my print statement should give me some indication of what's going on here. No module name matplotlib. Plot_lib. Okay guys, I think I resolved some of the issues locally, so now I am running on funny again, building the data frame, scoring the data, making the plot, and returning the plot. So let's see what happens. Building the data frame is taking a little while. Looks like all these comments are being printed out, which is kind of interesting. There are a lot of comments. I think this is in scoring the data. Sentiment analysis .py, right, print score. So I don't know how many rows there are going to be. It's kind of interesting. Let's see what happens. Now making the plot. Okay, there it is. Neat. I'm I'm not even sure what this means. Okay, so now let's try to put this on AWS. So at that point, my video cut out, and we're going to have to save the AWS part for the next video. So tune in. This code is just about ready to zip up into a zip file. We're going to put it on S3. We're going to, from S3, get that Lambda pointed out there. We're going to monitor it with CloudWatch logs, and that will all be in the next video. So check it out, growthtesttube.com. Thanks for watching.